welcome back to the show. It's Ed Vaizey on Times Radio. Text us on 87222. And you can tweet us at Times Radio, or you can tweet at Ed Vaizey. And that, of course, is the Pogues Something for the Weekend. And Something for the Weekend is the regular slot we have on the show where I get to stuff my face. But luckily, stuffing my face tonight is actually going to make me healthier, because I've been joined in the studio by certified health coach Sujata Din, who helps busy people live healthier and happier lives by making small yet sustainable changes to their diet, lifestyle and mindset, all of which I urgently need. So thank you for coming in.
Thank you
Sujata,
very much.
welcome to the show. Thank you for coming to the studio. Tell us about your story, because you did not start life, as it were, as a cook, professional cook. Earning your living from cooking.
No, I didn't. So I actually started as a chartered accountant, and I used to be an auditor. I used to audit in banks. And then I took a break when I had my first son. And then soon after, I had my second son. And actually, both my youngest son and myself went through quite a few health issues. For myself, it was hormonal imbalances, it was digestive issues. And actually, the crunch came when I got chronic sinusitis. I was constantly on antibiotics, constantly on steroids. And around the same time, my son was also seeing the doctor. So we would both go and see the doctor. Maybe I'd be visiting a doctor sometimes 3 times a week. And he was on antibiotic steroids, and so was I, and just taking different medication. It took about a year for me to realize we're just going around in circles and not getting better. So I did the next best thing. I started going on to Google to look for things, how to boost our immunity. And again, that was just like looking for, a needle in a haystack and not finding the answer that I needed. So being the kind of person I am, I thought I'm going to go and study. And I went and became a health coach just to help the two of us. And it worked so well for both of us. It improved our immunity. I didn't need surgery. And then...
Well, I'm now starting the journey with you. So tell us what you brought in. You brought in a tofu patty. Tell us about this.
So the tofu patty is actually a great homemade vegetarian patty, which is a good source of protein. It's made with tofu. It's got peas. It's got corn in it. It's bound with chickpea flour. That's what binds it really well together. It doesn't have eggs in it, so it's perfect for somebody who's vegan as well. And it's something you can make in bulk, put it in the freezer. When you get back from work, you can just remove it and have it. So, how many people would just be having burgers with meat? This could be something you could be having.
So I've got, this is the bit that the listeners hate, where I chew. And it's a disgusting moment. So I found this thing called the cough button, which turns off my mic. But I have just tried one, and I have to say I'm obviously a tofu skeptic. But that tastes exactly like a vegetarian patty. I mean, it's delicious.
It is delicious, yeah.
Absolutely delicious. Spicy, great texture, fantastic.
Yeah.
And the other thing you brought in, leans over away from the mic, are what you call Snickers balls, which immediately gives me a health alert.
Yeah. So I love chocolate, and I've always craved chocolate, and this is an alternative to the regular Snickers chocolate bar that you could have. And instead of using refined sugars, I'm using honey, I'm using peanut butter, I'm using peanuts as well, cacao nibs. So it's more of the natural ingredients to make this. And this is something you can have guilt-free. But again, even though it's healthy, you do always watch the number of portions you're having of it.
Well, I've got only 8 Snickers balls. You haven't brought in enough for me. They're absolutely... delicious, and I'm a bit worried I'll make all of them. But the great thing that the way we run this show is that after Something for the Weekend, we invite in a group of artists to talk about culture, and they eat all the food. That's my diet. Sujata Din, thank you so much for coming on to the show. You have a website, sujatadin.com.
Yeah, I do.
And you can sign up for one-to-one classes, recipes, lifestyle tips.
And I've got a membership program, so if you'd like any cooking classes, they're all in the membership program there.
Sujata Din, thanks so much for coming in, and thanks for giving me a healthy dinner.
Thank you very much.
This is Ed Vaizey on Times Radio. Coming up after the show, we've got Culture Crunch coming up in a minute.
Alexis Conran on Times Radio.